not do your best to follow the protocol. I mean, is that motivation? I mean, I understand cigarette smoking, stop, you're not going to die for 30 years, but is that motivation? And I would suggest to you, that's an example of a willing worker. Red beads, a willing worker in an environment that the environment did not support them. So the reason for changing what I was going to talk about is, let's look at that in the context of what we've heard today. First thing, they've assumed that the 400 infected people in Africa were really special causes. They weren't following the World Health Organization. They had poor resources. You know, they're not very bright. They've not been trained. So that's like 10% special cause, back when those statistics are. That's pretty impressive. Ignore that the special unit in the CDC would fit, is not the same system in a community, hospital. So the idea you can't take a best practice from one area and put it in another area. Assume the nurse who risked her life was another special cause. Ignore what really was a common cause failure. And by putting her, I mean, literally, what happened, and this just wasn't the media, this was the head of the CDC, right? This is a little scary. In the sense, they put her outside the system. You know, what we did work, no, it was her. This person who knowingly went in and risked her life to take care of this patient. That just is, there's no humanity there. This was an enterprise failure. The enterprise failed to create a structure and a set of procedures to take into account the human capabilities and limitation and make the environment as safe and fruitful as possible. No humanity there. Okay, so the last time I actually spoke at a forum like this was 9 years ago. And I'll show you why I stopped doing that. It was more like think globally, act locally.